And Preston, for that reason, it's why the family was quick to hold a press conference right here in the parking lot of Mount Lake Terrace High School. This is the school where Jada Woods Johnson would have eventually attended.
If she would know that I was on the news right now, she would have said, "Pop off, queen."
Sassy, special memories of her daughter are the source of Tabitha Johnson's smiles, especially lately.
Why it had to happen? Why he had a gun at 16?
That he is Samuel Gizaw, now charged with several felonies, including first-degree murder over the death of Tabitha's daughter, Jada.
He got to be home on 4th of July.
Less than 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours. We didn't get that.
In new court papers, authorities revealed that this 16-year-old was punched in the face in the middle of the mall shortly before the shooting. They say he then set out for revenge and fired gunshots at the teen who assaulted him. Yet in the middle of it was young Jada, an innocent bystander.
If he's just a kid, why did he come to the mall with a gun?
A $2 million warrant is now issued for Gizaw, but Jada's family says it's too little too late. That's because he was bailed out of jail shortly after his arrest, and he's been home ever since.
We didn't get that with Jada. She's laying somewhere alone, and he got to lay in his bed.
For that, a plea for more information, including how Gizaw was able to get a gun in the first place.
The tiniest of detail that you think doesn't matter, it may matter.
Now, KOMO did reach out to prosecutors about this. They told us the original bail decision was actually made by the juvenile court, but given the drastic charges handed out today, this case is now being handled by the adult court system. As a result, comes that $2 million warrant, with prosecutors saying that they hope Gizaw turns himself in. If not, they hope to eventually go after him and to get him back in jail. Come to you live from Mount Lake Terrace tonight. Ryan Sims, KOMO News.
Tonight, a 16-year-old boy faces murder charges for the death of a 13-year-old girl he's accused of shooting and killing at Alderwood Mall in Lynnwood last week. Tonight, the mother of that little girl is speaking out about the charges filed against the suspect today, murder charges. Ryan Sims joins me tonight. Ryan, what did she tell you tonight?
Well, Preston, she says it's too little, too late. She's saying that because, as we reported extensively about a week ago, initially through the juvenile courts, this suspect, his name is Samuel. He's 16 years old. He was bailed out of jail after only being there for about 12 hours, and that caused outrage among the family. Flash forward a week, we have learned that his case is now being handled through the adult courts given the severity of the charges, and so prosecutors issued today a $2 million warrant. They want him back in jail. They hope that the warrant spurs him to get himself to turn himself in, but at the same time, Jada Woods Johnson's family, that's the victim in this case, they say that for the last week he has been out there in society. He was able, in their words, to go home for the 4th of July when their daughter, their loved one, she wasn't around on the 4th of July because she died the day earlier. So the outrage factor in this, the fact that for the last week, he has been out and been allowed to be at home when they no longer have their loved one. And it took a week for more extensive and more kind of considerable charges to come into play. And for that warrant to come into play, again, they say it's too little, too late, because they worry about the public safety. It was pointed out in the court papers that we just got today that according to prosecutors, again, this suspect, he was carrying around the gun all day long. It wasn't like he just went into the mall, not that this would make it right, but it wasn't like he just went into the mall and within 5 minutes shots are fired. According to court papers, he was carrying around that firearm extensively throughout the day. He went to the movies before this shooting. He had the gun, according to police and according to prosecutors, in the movies, and then it was thereafter in the food court where everything happened. And so according to the victim's family, they say that, his alleged actions were just so rash and so knee-jerk at the time following a confrontation with another group of teens that they worry about the public safety. They worry and said to me tonight that they worry that other parents might be at risk of losing their teens given that he is still out there. He is not in jail yet. Despite that warrant, they say that they are worried, Preston, for the public safety.
Well, Ryan, I've just got one question for you tonight quickly here. What's it going to take to bring this guy in? It seems like, he turned himself in the first place. Is he just lawyered up and that's what's taking so long, or do they think they're actually have to go out and get him?
We're not sure. We're not sure. According to prosecutors, we asked prosecutors that. They say that the $2 million warrant hopes that it'll spur some, either his family to turn him in or he himself to turn himself in, or that, as you mentioned it, that eventually it is so severe that it causes authorities to go and round him up, but we just do not know yet.
Maybe it's being worked out right now as we speak. Well, we'll find out, I'm sure, soon. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it.